Come down with it.
Welcome, energy. Welcome each and everyone around the whole world to the brand new season, Ministry of Riddim, right here on 284 Media. It's going to be a crazy, amazing season. Some of the very, very best in the entire world. Producers, rhythm masters, musicians, the whole nine, right here on 284 Media. We'll be right back.
Across the BVI, the fastest, most reliable, and affordable fiber internet service is here for you. Look out for fire in these new locations: Slaney, Duff Bottom, Manual Reef, Steakhouse Bay, Albion, Hannah's, Palestina, Pleasant Valley, and Havers. Fiber is in your area. Call 444-4444 or visit a CCT store to find out more and bring it home. More locations coming soon.
At Partners for Kids, your child's health and happiness are at the heart of everything we do. We've been the trusted medical home for children and adolescents up to 18 years old. And now, we are excited to welcome a new member to our family of healthcare professionals. Introducing Dr. Aisha Maxwell, our new family practitioner. Dr. Maxwell brings a wealth of experience and deep passion for pediatric and adult care, ready to join our team in providing first-rate health services to your family. At Partners for Kids, we believe in a collaborative approach to healthcare. With partners in occupational therapy and clinical psychology, Partners for Kids, where caring is just the beginning. Visit us at Road Reef Plaza, Tortola, open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call us at 284-444-5437 or reach out at info@partnersforkids.com to learn more.
That's just not cricket.
No sweat, you with CG. Remember my street dance battle against Seamus O'Leapsy? I went on to win the title of Miss Irish-ish, set to perform at nursing homes around the world. Then this happened. Seamus on you, Seamus. Anyway, I was covered. Let's bounce.
Comprehensive motor cover for damage and more. CG Insurance, good like that.
You're now tuned in to Ministry of Riddim.
Welcome back. We're back right here on 284 Media. Yours truly, Dirky here. The new season, Ministry of Riddim, and I have here with us today. I'm super excited, super elated to have with me the phenomenal, amazing, incredibly talented musician, producer, engineer, model, fitness extraordinaire, the whole nine, Mr. Brent Hoyte. I call him the Kraken. Can I tell him?
Yeah, you can tell him, Doug.
Okay, we can tell him. I call Mr. Brent Hoyte, my brother, Mr. Brent Hoyte, the Kraken, because, you know, some people like to say, well, such and such is a beast. Brent is beyond a beast. So the Kraken, for who knows, knows. Welcome once again, my brother.
Doggy, thank you for having me here, man. I'm so excited to be here. Let me just say this here. It's a privilege to be on the number one show in music in the British Virgin Islands right now, Ministry of Riddim. Thank you for having me, Doggy.
My pleasure.
I'm excited. I'm not going to lie. I'm very excited. I'm very excited for what you're doing for the culture and for us and the younger generation. I'm excited, man.
Excited. Definitely, man. So, like I said, super glad to have you back here. And you're no stranger.
No, at all.
At all, because you've been featured, you know, when we first started doing this. When it was just using a regular cell phone and all of that stuff. But that's the incredible thing about energy and positive vibes. You know, we grow and we evolve, and you never really know the amount of persons that you touch with what you do. Because, you know, if you remember, the premise of the whole show is to put the spotlight on persons, you know, because when I was coming up, you know, you had this thing where not everyone may be like us, like yourself. You work with a lot of younger persons and whatnot. And I want to definitely first and foremost big you up for that. Not just being a musician, but being an inspiration, Brent.
I appreciate
and
that.
such, a motivator and a mentor for so many incredible young persons in the British Virgin Islands and beyond.
Thanks so much.
Like they just sing a heap of praises for you. Everyone you come in contact with, you just have that spirit, and your spirit, my spirit always has taken to yours, and I'm a personal fan. And it's weird because a lot of people don't say that. And what do you think about that? How come some people seem to have this? Is it like ego? Why can't some persons?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
That's like a pride thing. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's crazy.
But man, I'm a personal fan. I love your music. I love your work ethic, your level of discipline. All of these things, and real recognize real. It goes. So like I say, happy to have you, and we're gonna get into some incredible things here today.
I wait in. I'm excited.
So Brent, you recently celebrated a birthday, right? Yeah, man. How does it feel, to bless? Of course, any day above ground is a good day. But how does it feel to be still here and so successful and keep thriving and striving and putting yourself out there? To be so honest, accomplished at a young age still.
But to be honest, dog, it's crazy because 30 to me, when I was younger, I felt 30 was old. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I honestly feel like I just starting to live, But I must give God thanks for just having seen her next year, Much praise to God. As I look back over my life, I realize that God has literally been the glue to everything in my life, Even the little success, I would say. In my life, he's just been the glue for me. And to be honest, I feel like, as I said, I feel like it's getting started, and I'm looking forward to where he's gonna take me in the next coming years, man. I'm very excited.
Yeah,
very,
definitely, man. And speak to the people, tell them how important your faith is and what the significance, how it's helped you to achieve this level of success and notoriety, and how it helps you get through like the worst of times, because a lot of people see the success, they see the glory, but they don't know the story. And I've watched you for so many years. You don't even know how long I've been paying attention to you, since I first approached you, and we get to know one another and whatnot, because been there, I know what time it is, and you've been fortunate too, because you do have some amazing parents that give you full support as well. So speak to that in terms of the importance of your faith and what it plays in your life and your musical career.
For me, God is everything. God is, I can't emphasize how much, doggy. God for me is, being, just even traveling, like what in terms of my ministry, the unique ministry to do, in terms of using our culture in the gospel music, And it's so funny that it wasn't gravitating, people wasn't gravitating to it at first, but to see where God has brought me from, and, using that same ministry to bless the people of the Caribbean and the States and all over is a surreal feeling. So for me, I always say God is my everything, because he literally opened the doors for me to be able to go out and do what I'm doing right now. For me.
Yeah, definitely.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
That's huge, man. That's so important, because it also helps to keep you well-rounded and grounded.
Yeah.
Because we all know how the industry can be. No matter what genre of music you're playing, there's so many temptations and so many distractions out there. How do you really keep yourself from becoming so distracted? And not even in terms of even when you were younger, maybe even with like, the ladies and all of that stuff, because once you're a musician, it comes with it, right? But just in terms of the distraction, having the discipline to make the sacrifices and not hang out with friends on a Friday night and all that stuff, to basically to hone in and work on your skills and get to where you want to be.
To be honest, I had a really great, strong foundation in terms of teachers and people in the community who always look out and always make sure that I'm doing the right thing. It's good when people could. Like for me personally, I've always been around people who have lived life, right? And they will always say, "Brent, trust me, don't go down this road." It's like you. If you've been doing a bunch of shows, for your whole life, I guarantee you, if you see something that's going. Like, if you see something that's with me is going, like, yo, I don't like where you're going there, because I probably been there already and I don't want you to experience that, you're going to stop me, and tell me, and you can correct me. So, for me, I've been around a bunch of people who always genuinely had my interest at heart, I've been around come on with artists, Alton Borty, those guys, you know what I mean, who always make sure you got put in your work. Everything can't come like you just can't expect it to wake up the next day to be an amazing musician. You got to put in work. You know what I mean? You got to, when everybody else going lemon, you got to put in the work. You got to be doing dedicating so you can live. You know what I mean? You got to put in the work. You know what I mean? And from very a young age, I've grasped that discipline to just keep going and pushing and making sure my craft is at least decent that I can be able to suffice me at my age now, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? So
most definitely.
Yeah, it's a lot of work you have to put in, a lot of work.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the importance too of mentorship.
Yeah,
because you just call some names right there of persons that I am a fan of and I look up to as well. The Kamau Georges, Alton Borty, Raul Jugu Sproul, who
exactly.
I know you still walk
Facts.
with, all the time, and then passing on what Jugu imparted in you to the younger generation as well, because I know a whole bunch of students that you taught at the high school and then you dealt with at homegrown academy and stuff, and they just sing your praises, man. And Brent, trust me, man, I tell you this all the time privately. You don't know, I'm so proud of you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man.
Nothing but love and respect, and definitely, and I just love to see your growth and your determination and how you stick, because you mentioned something a while ago I want you to touch on with your band. Like when you travel and you tour, I know you all have faced some kind of scrutiny from certain persons, and that's to show you all, even in doing gospel music, you face that kind of stuff. So don't think you're going, as I say all the time, don't think people are going to accept you with open arms. Brent and his crew had to walk incredibly hard.
Still working hard together.
Still working hard, because you're going to have the persons that say, oh, this rhythm style, y'all doing too much. You know what you've been through. So how was that, having to overcome that kind of level of scrutiny and people with not having an open mind, not understanding that, hey, it's music and you're using your music, just happen to be using our song, our Virgin Island song, or culture to preach the word, what you're, to go out there.
And to be honest, Doc, I'm going to be very honest, right? I came from teachers who used to be very hard, and they used to say some really hard stuff to me, telling like, yo, you don't sound good, practice. You know what I mean? And when you're at that age, you can't feel like you want to cry, dog. You know what I mean? You want to cry, dog. You know what I mean? You tell me, I can't play. Okay, geez, I'm breathe. I work so hard. You know what I mean? So I am custom of taking. I say this to say, I'm custom of taking hard word. So it kind of create a strong callous, like in case somebody come to me and tell me anything, nothing. That's safe. I mean, like I already been through. My teacher already say what's to me, so you can't really say what's to me. You know what I mean? And for me now, getting more into like the gospel, I tell people this all the time. Gospel music. I'm a teacher, so I like to explain stuff, Doc, so everybody can understand. Gospel and music. Let's break it down. It's a compound word. Gospel is the good news of Jesus Christ. That's what gospel is. Music is an organized song. You put the two together, the gospel of Jesus Christ, the good news of Jesus Christ in music. Now, with music now, there's many genres in music. Understand? Based on the culture. In America, you have your reggae, you have your dancehall. Other countries, your soca, the calypso, Virgin Island soca. We have all of these different rock, calypso, all of these different genres that are in gospel music. Now, what separates us from everything else is the message in the word. You know what I mean? And sometimes you have to tell people. Sometimes when people stuck in the ways, it's kind of hard to. People don't like change, though. That's the honest truth. People do not like change.
Tell me about it, my brother.
They don't like change. Even like I could guarantee you, even the style. When you were coming into the in the scene, I'm pretty sure they'll find something to say about you. Like, yo, that ain't
not something, everything.
Yeah, that's how I say, doggy.
Trust me, been there.
People do not like change at all. You know what I mean? And sometimes you just have to let people just work on their own self. You know what I mean? Because I related today to see people telling me, "By Brent, your music going hell." They tell me, "Yo, you going hell." You know what I mean?
Imagine that.
That what they tell me in church.
Imagine
like
that.
church sisters and church, but they tell me, "Yo, you going hell."
Yeah.
To the day I can witness now that their children, they ask me, "Yo, when your next song come out?" Because the children love it. And I tell people to say music is for generations.
Yes.
People don't understand that. It's for generations. It's for generations. Sometimes I might not be able to touch your crowd, doggy, because that's your generation. Sometimes you might not be able to touch my crowd because this is my generation.
Yes.
I might not be able to touch the younger generation like Cheeky Dimmy, those guys. I might be able to touch their generation because that's their generation.
Yes.
And we have to understand that music is based off a generation. Don't get me wrong, you know. You have cases where music can touch everybody, you know what I mean, and it's well received, but is a generational thing, and that's why we need to understand that. We need to progress. Like, we need to understand that it comes with change. We need to understand that. We need to understand.
Yeah, definitely. That's awesome, Brent. I'm so happy to hear you break it down like that. Because a lot of people, both you and I and a lot of other persons have had this debate for years. It's an ongoing thing, but I love the way how you just broke it down as simple as possible right there.
Simple.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs all around the world, this show is called Ministry of Riddim. So we're going to take a very short break and be right back. We're going to get straight to some rhythm, some incredible tracks with Mr. Brent Hoyte, the Kraken, right here on Ministry of Riddim on 284 Media. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Judy, VI Motors Operations Assistant, and today I'm here with Ding, one of our mechanics, and we are going to show you how you can check your engine oil level, as it's an essential part in maintaining your engine's health.
First, let's pop the hood. Here's the oil dipstick. We'll pull it out, wipe it clean with a cloth, reinsert it, and pull it out again to get an accurate oil level reading. As you can see, the oil level should be between the minimum and maximum markers on the dipstick. If it's below the minimum, it's time to add some oil. Checking your oil level is simple yet a crucial task. Make sure to do it regularly to keep your engine running smoothly. And remember, if you're not sure about your vehicle's specific oil requirements, always consult your owner's manual or a professional mechanic at VI Motors. We offer a diverse range of top quality engine oils, so visit us at Dove's Bottom or our location at Parks Point, Virgin Gorda, or call us at 494-2496 or visit us on our website at www.vimotors.com.
Some claim that the age of a true gentleman is far behind us, but we disagree. He may appear in different guises today, but the values and ideals that make him a gent still stand. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman by yours truly, Ron Grant, presents Season 6. Introducing Sheldon Frett, actor, film producer, writer. Daylon Vantapool, entrepreneur. Terrence Neal, creative director. Chad George, entrepreneur. Humphrey Liu, financial services professional. Jamali DJ Molly Thomas, sales manager. Kai DeCastro, entrepreneur. Dean the Sportsman Greenaway, journalist. St. Clair Steady Fleming, entrepreneur. Devon Cowell, brand specialist. Robert Green, footballer. And Rick S.S. Grant, author, The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, coming June 5th, exclusively on 284 Media, inspiring a generation of greatness.
At Partners for Kids, your child's health and happiness are at the heart of everything we do. We've been the trusted medical home for children and adolescents up to 18 years old. And now, we are excited to welcome a new member to our family of healthcare professionals. Introducing Dr. Aisha Maxwell, our new family practitioner. Dr. Maxwell brings a wealth of experience and deep passion for pediatric and adult care, ready to join our team in providing first-rate health services to your family. At Partners for Kids, we believe in a collaborative approach to healthcare. With partners in occupational therapy and clinical psychology, Partners for Kids, where caring is just the beginning. Visit us at Road Reef Plaza, Tortola, open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call us at 284-444-5437 or reach out at info@partnersforkids.com to learn more.
You're now tuned in to Ministry of Rhythm.
Welcome back to Ministry of Rhythm here on 284 Media. Yours truly, Dorky, your host here with a very, very, very special guest. One of my favorite people all around and musicians, producers on the planet. I'm a huge fan of this young man, Mr. Brent Hoyte. So Brent Hoyte, take it away. Rhythm up.
16 and 7.
This is crazy. This Brent, as usual, man. I can't heap enough praise on you, my brother. That's incredible. Brent Hoyte, the cracking right here. Listen, in here it's too hot right now. We're gonna give Brent a couple of minutes, grab a towel, cool off, drink a little water, and we'll be right back, okay? Here on 284 Media, Ministry of Riddim. What? Which part? Oh, just to close off. Okay, all right. Just play around with that little song. Ready? Hey, the incredible, phenomenal Brent Hoyte. Hey, bro, that was just, man, I don't even know what to say, man. Ladies and gentlemen, in here is just super hot right now. We're going to take a little couple minutes break. Let Brent cool off himself. Maybe drink about a gallon of water. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even have to change because it's crazy up in here. We will be right back. Ministry of Riddim right here on 284 Media with the incredible Brent Hoyte. We'll be right back.
That's just not cricket.
No sweat, you with CG. Remember my street dance battle against Seamus O'Leapsy? I went on to win the title Miss Irish-ish, set to perform at nursing homes around the world. Then this happened. Seamus on you, Seamus. Anyway, I was covered. Let's bounce.
Comprehensive motor cover for damage and more. CG Insurance. Good like that.
At Partners for Kids, your child's health and happiness are at the heart of everything we do. We've been the trusted medical home for children and adolescents up to 18 years old. And now, we are excited to welcome a new member to our family of healthcare professionals. Introducing Dr. Aisha Maxwell, our new family practitioner. Dr. Maxwell brings a wealth of experience and deep passion for pediatric and adult care, ready to join our team in providing first-rate health services to your family. At Partners for Kids, we believe in a collaborative approach to healthcare. With partners in occupational therapy and clinical psychology, Partners for Kids, where caring is just the beginning. Visit us at Road Reef Plaza, Tortola, open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call us at 284-444-5437 or reach out at info@partnersforkids.com to learn more.
Well, am I covered?
Yeah, you're with CG. Remember when I was dabbling in knife throwing bingo? Well, one night I won, but I also got a bullseye.
No.
In a beehive. I ran for hours. They caught me in the end, though. Anyway, I was covered, and I got to keep my trophy. Uh-oh.
Best medical cover for the price. CG Insurance. Good like that.
You're now tuned in to Ministry of Rhythm.
Welcome back, everyone, to Ministry of Riddim, the brand new season here only on 284 Media. And in the house with us live in the studio, the incredible Brent Hoyte. Brent, man, always a pleasure to have you. You just had a little session there on the boards there, and it's amazing just watching you. And you're there talking about your age. You just had a board there talking about you getting a little older. You look like a 19-year-old today to me, man. You're still agile. And one thing I have to definitely point out too, you not just being an inspiration musically. I don't think you even realize with your fitness journey over the years how you have impacted so many persons, both young and old. You know, do you usually get a regular, like people come up to you? I don't think you even realize how big, and for you to actually, you know, actually chronicle that thing, you know, to log it and put it out there on social media to inspire other persons, you know, like, how has that journey been? I know we're here for Ministry of Riddim, but we have to talk about health because health is wealth. And I also want you to impart on our musicians, take care of your health. The parties go always be there. The rum, all of that stuff gonna always be there. The fast food will always be there. Take care of yourselves. We have a lot of brothers. I've had musicians I grew up with and even with my mentors and my idols. And we lost them because, especially as, you know, we have to be very blunt. Or people, we have issues with hypertension, high blood pressure, diabetes, and these things. Talk to them a second about that. We have to touch that topic.
For me, when I was doing the fitness journey, came a point where I realized I was getting too big, and I needed to do something. Especially, I just got married. My beautiful wife, Danielle Hoyte. Big up, you know what I mean? Much love to her.
Yeah, get put out there.
Oh, you're right. But I know I wanted to be around for a long time, you know, for my kids and my child. At that time, I was older child. I wanted to be there for a long time. I wanted to do stuff with her and not feel uncomfortable, you know what I mean? In terms of getting fatigue and all that stuff. Because she's a very agile child, and I want to be agile with her, you know? So for me, I decided and that day I wanted to take my fitness serious, you know, in terms of not only fitness in terms of how I look, appearance, just in terms of how I eat into as well. And I was eating bad, and I didn't want to be honest, dead at a really young age because of bad food ethics or what's not, you know, you want to call it. But for me, I wanted to take that. I had to take that journey. I had to take that journey not only for my children but for myself too as well. And as you look at it, to be honest, even like fitness and health, like some of the best musicians, Charlie Parker in jazz, I'm talking about. These guys were like drug overdose, though. You know what I mean? Drug overdose.
Very true.
And sometimes we don't really talk about that, but sometimes drug overdose, man, that these things are real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These things will kill you fast. These things will really kill you fast. So like, I would always encourage anybody, especially especially music.
Lifestyle.
You know the lifestyle.
The lifestyle.
Man. You know that lifestyle.
And when we say lifestyle, we don't necessarily mean the negatives.
Yeah, exactly.
Just the discipline and the commitment that it takes and the hours that you have to put in. Sometimes, doesn't it still happen to you from time to time?
Of course.
Oh my God, it's 4 o'clock. I realize I haven't eaten anything for the entire day. I ain't eaten none for the day. So we need to do a better job, brothers and sisters, of taking care of ourselves and our health so we can be around. Because I always ask friends of mine this, Brent, do you personally, or even if you look out there in all genres of music, do you see any very elderly musicians?
Really?
Think about it.
Really?
Very rarely that they last.
And even the musicians who are older, they have some really, 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 really. Look, I got stories about people that they got TikTok and stuff.
Of course.
For them to stand up and just to be able to.
I have friends that had to have both legs amputated that are musicians and stuff because it's the same thing. They don't take care of the health issues. And it's like you're going all the time, especially if you're an active musician, not just in the studio. The studio is one thing, but when you're actively touring.
Yeah. And that'll be scary part because I know, like, for example, you wouldn't know this saying when you
I suffered through this for years. I mean, come on, I had to do the same thing, kind of take my health into my own hands and start to work on myself. I'm still working on it, but at least I've made the strides, you know what I'm saying? And
that's the thing people don't understand, especially when you would know this. When you're going, and especially you want something fast because you know what I mean, you're gonna get your burgers, you're gonna get the fast food. And if you keep doing this over and over, you wake up one day and realize, yo, how this happened? Like, how this happened?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I don't even talk about the chronic diseases, you know what I mean? Like, especially like diabetes and hypertension. Those are really heavy in the Virgin Islands, you know what I mean? So we gotta really pay attention to that for all health, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, definitely. So I'm very proud of you that you're taking that stance. And I know you're still a work in progress.
Yeah, still a work in progress, man.
You go and tell me you're supposed to be modeling some kind of new skin fit jeans. You're supposed to be modeling for some company coming up. I don't know. You got that. I don't know if you were supposed to divulge that information to me. What brand that is, or you want to save that?
What I say, it's coming to a theater near you. You know what I mean? It's coming to a theater near you, man. So
big up for that. Yeah, man. I'm big up the Jugu, man. And let's talk about Homegrown Studio.
Yeah, man.
Homegrown Studio has become synonymous with greatness.
Yeah, definitely.
You understand? And I'm so proud of yourself and Jugu and the work that y'all have done. I myself could vouch for the efficiency, the professionalism of Homegrown Studios. Y'all see, I've been there. I recorded by Jugu before Homegrown Studios, as you know it now, existed. From back in like 2006 or something like that, when he was recording in a bedroom. So to see how far Jugu has come and yourself have come, you've produced and recorded international recording artists. Work with a lot of local persons, VI-based entertainers, regionally based entertainers and stuff. I've been there. That's my home. Y'all always welcome me with open arms. We get the projects done. And it's nothing but greatness. And I feel great when you come to a studio. And let's be real, I think we've all been to hundreds of studios, if anything, and we never guess. I've never, ever not been satisfied with the work at Homegrown Studios and the efficiency and how disciplined both you and Jugu are. And you see how I work as well. So it's a pleasure when we come in, the musicians, y'all hosting us there, we get the work done, boom, we in, we out. Exchange information back and forth. The product is perfect. I love it, man. I'm so super proud of you guys.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
So how's been the journey in terms of being an audio engineer and a producer and stuff like that?
To be honest, I how you say this, dog? I feel like I tell people this all the time. I feel like I'm not walking. That makes sense. It feels like
it does.
It don't feel like you're walking, dog. You know what I mean? You're making people happy with the product that they come to you with, the vision and the idea that they have, and see them leaving the studio and they're happy and they got this a priceless a priceless face that they have on their face, like, yo, oh my gosh, I'm satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
That feeling is a priceless feeling.
You can't explain it.
I can't explain it. I
know
cannot
exactly what you
explain it.
mean.
It's to see they come with the intention of, you know, I want my song done like this here. It sounds good in my head, but I just want to get it out. And when they hear the end product, doggy, man, to see the facial reaction is a priceless feeling, doggy.
But you yourself lend a great deal to that final product because I know how you work.
Yeah.
And I must say, that's what I tell persons, people like Brent, people like Jugo and whatnot. What I realize with you is you will allow persons to come in with their vision.
Yeah.
But if you could make a suggestion and add a little flavor in and see where they're going with their vision and not try to take it over, but just enhance it. I love the fact that you take a real producer's approach, you know, to persons recording to kind of help guide them. Because I've even come and recorded stuff there and Brent has said, hey, Doc, I got a little idea. You could add in this little song here. And I was like, okay, let's try it. And it's amazing, you know. But also persons do have to also be open-minded.
Facts. That's
so.
Unfortunately, that's touchy. Some dog. You know, people could be, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's human nature.
Yeah,
it's human nature, man.
That's facts.
So now we get to Homegrown Academy. Talk to us about Homegrown Academy.
So Homegrown Music Academy is an academy that is to help kids or help students to enhance the musicianship. You know what I mean? We build musicians. Whatever level you're at, if you're a beginner, you want to take it to the next step, if you're intermediate, even advanced. For everybody, you want to make sure that we can cater for everybody. So we teach like bass, guitar, acoustic guitar, all the guitars, saxophone, percussion, reading, theory, everything, piano, anything you could think about, that's what we do. Only thing we don't teach is violin, but everything else we
that's probably coming soon.
Probably coming soon.
I know you ain't, no, Brent. That have to be coming soon.
Coming soon. But is Homegrown Music Academy, dog? When you see me start to stutter,
I see your passion. I know you're passionate about it.
It's passion. When I see my students come into a place and they don't know nothing, doggy. They don't know nothing. They blank. And to see them in the next couple of years where they could be playing with you on stage and they could be giving you suggestions like, Mr. Hoyte, don't do this. What if we do this? And it making sense. Oh, man, dog, I want backflip, dog. You just think about it, man. It's a surreal feeling. And you're seeing everybody, the fans coming to support them when they play. And it's like, yo, what? How in the world that?
Yes.
How in the world that? You know, it's like
it's incredible.
It's a surreal. It's a next priceless feeling, doggy.
And I love the fact that you see when you have your recitals, and you could actually see these students graduating. Oh man, that's such a heartwarming feeling for me. I love it, man. And you know, and I saw that you had an event the other day for your birthday too, Brent. And I was meeting persons. Man, it warmed my heart, you know. I was meeting persons, like I went in the supermarket, a couple of supermarkets the day to shop, and I'm like, everybody I'm meeting, like, I going up the Brent thing tonight. I don't think you even know, man. Like, to see you come to that level where you don't just have the support of your close friends and your peers, but everyone recognizes you and gives you that respect and genuine support, because there is a difference between just support and genuine support. And you have that genuine love and support through the entire community. You're a role model. You know, you're a mentor to so many great persons, man. I just can't say enough how proud of you I am, man. To see you get to this other level. And I know it's going to be nothing but rising more to the top, you know. And I want to see you make millions of dollars, bro. Real talk. And that's genuine, you know what I'm saying?
That's genuine, man.
You know me, you know? So it's like, man, just keep on doing what you're doing. It's amazing. But talk to us in terms of instruments, right? Someone asked me to ask you these questions, right? Well, a couple of different things. What was your first instrument?
My first instrument was the drums. That was my first instrument. That was my first love. The drums were my first instrument. And then later on, it was I think it was piano. The drums and the piano. Then the guitar, then the bass, then saxophone.
So let me ask a more specific question, which is my question. Which instrument, if you had to pick one that you could only play one for the rest of your life and discard the others, which one would that be?
That's a hard question, though. How you gonna ask me that question? That's a hard question, though. Jeez. Oh my gosh. I would probably, my God, be piano, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because based on my instrument, that was my instrument that I fell in love with, and that's the instrument that I wanted to be. Everybody know me as a bassist, you know. But since it had they had not much keyboard players at that time, it was a case where I had been forced to play the piano just because I could have played the piano. But eventually I started just gravitated to piano even more. I started to love it. I mean, found a love for it, you know. Just messing around with the songs and every production and all that kind of stuff. I gotta get to the keyboard. I gotta get to the.
If I were you, I would pick that as well. Because simply for the fact too that, hey, like you just said, even though you're incredible on all those other instruments, there's still only so much you can do on a drum set, only so much you can do on a bass and a guitar. A keyboard now gives you that ability to really express yourselves more and really go. And I love the fact that you take so much time. Cause I watch you in a breath. You take so much time and you go in there and you mutate these songs and you manipulate frequencies and man, I'm telling you, man, I pay close attention to everything.
I know.
So I love the approach you have to music.
That's how it's supposed to
and
be.
sonics as well. Because I realize a lot of persons feel it could be a rhythm man or be a beat maker, but they don't pay attention to the sonics and frequencies and things like that. So you get a lot of overlapping frequencies, a bunch of stuff being cancelled.
Exactly.
One other thing I want you to get into is the fact to I think a lot of approach that a lot of us actually in the Virgin Islands or the smaller part of the Caribbean, you know, take in terms of producing music. I think we like to put a bit too much into one thing and it takes away, you know. So talk to us just quickly a little bit about that. Give us your take on that.
Man, Doc, that's a really touchy subject there, right there. But it needs to be addressed. Sometimes we overdo. Sometimes we overdo. We really do overdo. And I tell everybody this and no, especially looking back, just over like how I used to be. I used to be kind of. Everybody had that well moment, you know what I mean?
We all did.
Yeah, you know, we had that well moment.
We all did. And nothing is wrong with it because
it makes you grow.
Stacking all the songs and the approach is part of how we make the VI song.
Facts.
But when I say that, I don't want anyone to get it misconstrued. I'm not knocking it because that's our song.
That's our song,
right?
That's our song.
But at the same time, if we want it to be more commercially viable and we want to cross over and we want these collaborations, we do have to be a bit more open-minded and understand sometimes the best thing is that mute button.
Yeah, less is more. Less is more. And the more I do production, the more I realize less is more. You know what I mean? Less is more, especially when it comes to mixing wise. It's a case where now, for example, you have all of these different songs fighting for each other. When you're not in front of speakers and something, songs very clustered or something, songs very like fighting. Naturally, you just want the distance yourself.
It's only so much the human ear can take in terms of harshness.
It's just too much, you know what I mean? So we have to make sure when I'm doing production, everything has to complement. There gotta be a conversation, you know what I mean? I can't have a conversation. Both of us can't have a conversation. Both of us talking the same thing.
Oh my gosh, I have to explain that to people on an everyday basis. If you gonna just speak over me, we can't have a conversation. You know? Just send me an email.
Simple, man. Simple.
Yeah, man.
You have to have a conversation. Everything's supposed to sound like a conversation. It's supposed to sound together. It's supposed to sound uniform. You know what I mean? Together collectively. So sometimes less is more. Understand? Less is more, especially when you're dealing with production. You know what I mean? Less is sometimes more.
Because trust me, I've had occasions where persons send tracks to me or I produce tracks and I get other persons to put stuff on it. And I'm like, listen, it's a bit too much. And when like in the days before we had great engineers like yourself locally, you know, and great studios, you know, back in the 90s, in the mid 90s when I started and into the 2000s, we didn't have that many studios like that per se that was specific audio recording studios at the time. And we used to have to send our music away to be mixed and mastered. And these are the days when we use DAT tapes, ADATs, and CDs and all of this stuff. And I would send stuff away for myself and other persons, you know, because I had a little plug with certain relationships. And I would send stuff away for other persons, especially. And when those guys got, hey Dirk, what's up, man? hey buddy. Sorry to tell you, man. We're putting that tape or this CD back in the envelope and sending it back to you. Do you want? Because not much we can do about this.
They don't know where to go. They don't know.
Yeah, you know. But I mean, I digress.
Yeah.
But hey, this is Ministry of Riddim, so we're gonna take a very short break. Come right back here on 284 Media and get into some more incredible music with the one and only Brent Hoyte. We'll be right back.
That's just not cricket.
No sweat, you with CG. Remember my street dance battle against Seamus O'Leapsy? I went on to win the title Miss Irish-ish, set to perform at nursing homes around the world. Then this happened. Seamus on you, Seamus. Anyway, I was covered. Let's bounce.
Comprehensive motor cover for damage and more. CG Insurance. Good like that.
At Partners for Kids, your child's health and happiness are at the heart of everything we do. We've been the trusted medical home for children and adolescents up to 18 years old. And now, we are excited to welcome a new member to our family of healthcare professionals. Introducing Dr. Aisha Maxwell, our new family practitioner. Dr. Maxwell brings a wealth of experience and deep passion for pediatric and adult care, ready to join our team in providing first-rate health services to your family. At Partners for Kids, we believe in a collaborative approach to healthcare. With partners in occupational therapy and clinical psychology, Partners for Kids, where caring is just the beginning. Visit us at Road Reef Plaza, Tortola, open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call us at 284-444-5437 or reach out at info@partnersforkids.com to learn more.
Well, am I covered?
Yeah, you're with CG. Remember when I was dabbling in knife throwing bingo? Well, one night I won, but I also got a bullseye.
No.
In a beehive. I ran for hours. They caught me in the end, though. Anyway, I was covered, and I got to keep my trophy. Uh-oh.
Best medical cover for the price. CG Insurance. Good like that.
You're now tuned in to Ministry of Rhythm.
And we're back. New season, Ministry of Riddim, with yours truly, Dorky, here only on 284 Media. We're here with the world-renowned, internationally acclaimed, the Kraken, Mr. Brent Hoyte.
Oh, man.
And listen, Brent, we've been here having so much fun. Crazy, man, and the vibes and the energy.
Yeah.
So tell the persons all around the world, Brent, if you want to get a Brent Hoyte production, a Brent Hoyte mix, a Brent Hoyte remix, you want to get, recording in Homegrown Studios, you want to enroll your child in Homegrown Academy, let them know how they can reach you.
Awesome. For production, you can hit me up at Brent Hoyte, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, anywhere. Email bhoytehs, BHOYTEHS@gmail.com. Anything with regards to studio stuff, you can email homegrownstudiovi@gmail.com. And we definitely get back to you within hours or in the day. Homegrown Music Academy, you hit me up, Homegrown Music Academy on the page. Homegrown Music Academy. And then hit me up, Brent Hoyte, wherever you go find me, hit me up, man. I'm here to answer questions. I'm here to even dialogue or what's like, if you have a question you want to ask me. I have no problem sharing any sort of information with you once you can benefit from it.
Yeah, and definitely I could personally attest to the discipline, the professionalism, as I keep reiterating, of this young man right here. If you even have a vision and you're not so sure on how to really articulate and execute it going forward, this is the young man you need to work with to take your vision, your dream, and turn it into reality.
Yeah.
You hear me plugging somebody like that?
Yeah, that's big, dog.
You must know.
That's big.
You understand? The VI, the music scene, is in great hands.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, dog.
You hear me say that? You must know.
Yeah, I appreciate it, dog. Thank you so much.
So also, Brent, Where can persons find like your production if they want to hear little snippets of it? Are you also on SoundCloud? Do you have stuff on like YouTube and things like that? How can they find some of your productions? And also when you're finished with that, can you give us like a name of a couple of artists that you've worked with, you know, internationally, regionally and stuff like that?
On SoundCloud, you can check go on Brent Hoyte. Once you type in Brent Hoyte, you find multiple tracks from Brent Hoyte. You go on the page, you like it. Same thing with YouTube. You go to Brent Hoyte and you find a lot of stuff under Brent Hoyte on YouTube. Make sure you like and follow the page. Anyway, you can find Facebook videos, Instagram videos. I have a lot of videos up, you know what I mean? Even going through some tutorials on how I produce tracks and what's not. Check them out. I'm on all streaming platforms too as well. Anything digital platform I'm on. Anything digital platform. All of them. All of them.
Yeah.
Every last
Talk to them about some of the persons you've produced for, work with, stuff like that, whether engineering or production wise. Don't be afraid to drop some names, man. Let them know your pedigree, bro.
I've done stuff for Danny McClurkin, Kim Burrell, Sinach, you know, Myron Butler. Some of the names are coming to me. Rock City, Vibe, was probably Extreme.
Yep.
It got so much. Gabrielle, Unique, Javon, Dylan J, a lot of Ashaw Wengana, Positive, Samuel Midas. It has so much names, all of them coming to me right now, but it's a lot of names.
You have just called so many, even the first three alone. It's such a huge accomplishment. You know, some persons work their whole careers and don't get that kind of opportunity. So, and I think that really, you know, speaks to your, not just your discipline and your tenacity, but the energy, because it's the laws of attraction. You know, so you attract great people. And you do good, and good comes back to you.
Yeah, you're right.
You know,
you're right.
Definitely.
Definitely right.
And people, make sure to check out Brent's Instagram,
please,
and Facebook page, because he's one of the best comedians also in the entire Caribbean. Trust me, Brent. How do you come up with these incredible skits? Like sometimes I just need a joke, and I don't have to go look for the Chappelle Show or Cat Williams or any of these persons. I just go on Brent's page, and he's gonna be messing with somebody.
I just
that one where you did the other day when that man had Oyo.
That's gonna be for real, doggy. That's gonna be for real.
You don't have to tell.
That's gonna be for real, dog. That's gonna be real life situations, bro. Real life situations.
Yeah, man. But I love that you could take that approach and show people another side of yourself.
Yeah, you're supposed to.
Because, you know, even when you're in the studio, you'll be having fun. But, you know, like when person like you and I get in there, we lock in, we get a work done, we in, we out, we execute, we back out. You know, and I love that you take time for leisurely activities as well. You play basketball as well.
Yeah, I try. I mean, I don't want to brag or anything, but I mean,
yeah, you do.
I did beat Jugu and Jedi in a basketball tournament, and I won by at least 20 points. I mean,
oh gosh,
yeah, if I'm being honest, you know what I mean? Being honest,
no bragging.
Oh,
so
man.
is basketball your favorite sport?
No, it's not. It's actually, that's the funny thing, because basketball is their sports actually.
And you beat them in it.
I don't want to brag. Okay, I don't want to come on the show and brag.
Jedi. Jedi got a lot of mouth, you know. Jugu a bit more soft spoken, but
yeah. Well, I mean, these things happen, though.
Quick question.
Yeah, question.
Did Jugu cry?
Well, I'm going to leave you with this. He didn't cry in front of me. Understand? When I know there was some sort of weeping and gashing of teeth. You know what I mean? It's really hard to see a young brother that doesn't know to play basketball, and you know what I mean. You are the mighty legs.
Yeah.
You know that you're not gonna be a little pride something. You know what I mean? But these things happen, and as such. It's life, you know what I mean? You have to move on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's man, definitely. You got to just lick your wounds and keep it moving.
Keep it moving,
so I guess he's never recovered from that. Y'all ever had any kind of, you know?
Definitely, but I mean...
since then? Because I know that rivalry and that lashing have to be etched in his brain somewhere.
I mean, let's be honest.
You never had a rematch?
Yeah, I don't think he wants that kind of pressure, you know what I mean? The thing is, I didn't want to say it, but he lost in front of his kids.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
man.
So you know that could be dorky. Yeah,
psychologically damaging, you know?
That's a lot of pressure. on somebody. So I don't want to do that again or replay.
Yeah.
You know, because that can't be good for
That's
you.
quite gracious of you.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm doing. That's what we're doing.
So we're not just saying that you are a decent guy.
I have to be.
You respect other person's feelings and all of that
I have
stuff.
to do that, dog. I can't. I don't believe in doing that. I don't believe in that. Somebody's.
We're gonna get you a job. I'll create a movie studio for you. Huge one like Tyler Perry because you. Hey, so look, man, I always have such an incredible time having persons like yourself, man, Brent. Always a pleasure. You know, I'm such a huge fan. As I always tell you, anything you do, you have my full, wholehearted support. Anything you're involved in, you know, I love your growth. I love the vision you have. I love your approach to song, to music, to the culture, dealing with the young people, you know, trying to help other persons. You know, and you're one of those persons that's so motivational because I think you've proven to other persons that, hey, you could take something that persons are fighting down. And once you stick to it, you know your mission.
You're right.
Stick it out and make it happen.
You are right.
You know, the same people that spoke about you.
Yeah.
As you said earlier, they're going to end up calling you. So when is the next?
Dog.
So young people especially, don't give up. You have your hopes and your dreams.
Push.
Be tenacious. Don't fear anyone. Be respectful.
Facts.
You know, but don't give up on your dreams. So Brent, before we go, what do you want to say? Look in that camera over there, and what do you want to say to the public and especially the youth before we get out of here?
You just said something really, really, as you are past it a little bit, but it's so serious. Respect. Respect is so important in today's society. It's very important. Manners takes you a very long way. You know what I mean? Being respectful, even though somebody's like talking down on you. Be respectful. Even in that time, you may probably look like a so-called, probably like a punk or what's not. Be respectful. Trust me, those things will take you beyond your wildest dreams. I'm telling you, favor will follow you once you have simple things as manners, simple things like that, doggy. Respect. I guarantee once you have respect,
I can attest to that.
You'll be on platforms like these, doggy. That's what I'm saying. Once you have respect, you know what I mean? But before I leave, I want to thank you again, Dorky, for having me. And I want to say that again. The biggest thing in music right now for the Ministry of Riddim, especially for the Virgin Islands, this is very needed. And I told you to say from behind the scene, this is what we need in the culture. Yeah, we had talking about RX-7, right?
Yeah,
I have never played on an RX-7. I never. In fact, this is probably my second time or my second time seeing an RX-7, to be honest. Understand what I'm saying? And these things are needed for. You need to, before you know where you're going, you gotta know where you come from.
It's actually a part of our history, you know?
Yeah, of course.
You know, it's important that we let persons know that, hey, this is where it started. So even though, for instance, it's a natural evolution, you know, the eras change, and you never leave all the foundation behind, but it's good to know where, like facts. Even the songs, you might have a marimba that you're using and a beat that all of us use. That's where it came from right there.
Facts.
You understand?
Facts.
A specific tone, specific song. So, and I know why I really admire about you too, Brent, is that you're, like myself, you're a student of the game. No matter how long you're in it, no matter how old you get, you're still learning. And you always soak up and try to gain knowledge.
Facts.
And I noticed you had a great approach because I used to do the same thing. It's like, you'll see like a band or an artist maybe post on social media or see them have an event and they come into the BVI and you'll link up with them. Well, while you're here, come and check.
That's what you gotta do.
It's as simple as that.
Network, man.
Network. Your listen, how you network will affect your net worth.
Facts.
You understand?
Big facts.
And just what Brent said, just to reiterate and piggyback a little bit after that, the whole thing about respect. You know, let's all try our best to respect one another, be cognizant that everyone has something to bring to the table. And everyone doesn't get to the same destination in the same amount of time. So don't be so quick to feel because another person got there in 2 years. If it takes you 5, that's all right. Appreciate the journey.
Facts.
We together on that, right?
Big time, dog. Big
and
time.
always remember too, the biggest, most important currency on this earth, more than $1, more than €1, the pound, relationships.
Hey, right, that deep buy. I'm going with that doggy.
Hey, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome, my brother.
I'm going with that doggy,
so people, man, it's been my esteemed pleasure, my privilege, my honor to have one of my very favorite people, man.
Yeah, man.
Mr. Brent Hoyte. Love alone, my brother. You don't know, you know? Thanks for coming. And nothing but greatness and success going forward. So, this has been Ministry of Riddim right here, only on 284 Media. We gone. Boom.